Welcome, this is Virendra Kumar Jha and you are watching Khabar Tatak. Dear religious viewer of Khabar Tatak, today under the religion section of Khabar Tatak, the story that I bring to you is related with a thought appeared before the mighty and religious king Yudhisthir. Dear viewer, you are well aware of the prudence and valor of King Yudhisthira, that he spent a huge time in hardship living with his mother and fond of brothers in forest. He never gave in, but always prudently guided Pandav, and they became victorious all round. He never dated any time, but a thought came. You will be stunned hearing this thought that came into the mind of King Yudhisthira and cannot just believe. This thought was committing suicide. You cannot believe it because you all know that Yudhisthira was prudent, valor, and never dated. So this type of thought cannot come into his mind. But this is true. This thought had come into his mind. It was not the time when he was dwelling in the forest along with his mother and fond of brothers in hardship. It was also not the time when Dushasan, at the behest of Duryodhana and the connivance of Shakuni and Karna, the Dushasan was unclothing Draupadi. This thought did not come that time also because there was Lord Sri Krishna there in order to safeguard the honor of Draupadi. Then when this type of thought came into the mind of Yudhisthira to commit suicide during the Mahabharata war, not it was not that time also. In order to know when this thought of committing suicide came into the mind of Yudhisthira and how he overcame this, please do remain by the end of this video. Dear viewers, in Mahabharata written by Vyasdev, this incident is well described with the connivance of Sakuni and Karna. Duryodhana once appeared before Dhritarashtra, who had great achievement with Duryodhana. Duryodhana said that he will immolate if his words is not taken by the king properly. And when Dhritarashtra told him to follow his words, then he told that he cannot become the king of Hastinapur unless and until Yudhisthira is alive, because when he returned from the forest under the pressure of subject of Hastinapur, who made him the crown prince. So he will be the king after your death. Then do a work, you tell Yudhisthira to be the king of Khandaprast, a barren land. Dhritarashtra had great attachment with Duryodhana, so first he told that let me discuss it with Vidur, the minister. But Duryodhan opposed that he will not let you do this. Then, due to the great attachment with Duryodhan, the king Dhritarashtra, who was not only blind by birth but also blind by the attachment of Duryodhan, called upon Yudhisthir and told that he wanted him to be the king of Khandava. Yudhisthir was very prudent and knew all about the connivance behind this, yet he did not tell anything to the king Dhritarashtra, but accepted it happily, and then under the protection of Lord Sri Krishna, Arjun, with the help of King of Fire, burned the barren land Khandava and turned into a pleasant place. And at that time, Arjun and Krishna had saved the life of a demon Maya, who made a great palace for King Yudhisthir, and while handing over this to Yudhisthir, he told Yudhisthir to do Rajsuya Yajna, Rajsuya sacrifice. King Yudhisthir described this with all his brothers and Lord Sri Krishna and wanted his suggestion. All gave him to perform the rituals, Rajsuya sacrifice, except for Lord Sri Krishna, who told Yudhisthira that he could not perform Rajsuya sacrifice until a mighty king of Magad, Jarasan, is living. His protest will not let you complete the Rajsuya Yajna. However, you can start this but cannot complete. Then Lord Sri Krishna took Arjun and Bhim with him, went to the palace of Jarasan and visibly agreed Jarasan to fight with Bhim, who then killed at the instigation of Lord Sri Krishna, who told him how to kill him. This story I have already made in another video, and you would have seen that how he tearing a kind of bamboo into two parts, advised him how to kill Jarasan, and Jarasan was killed, and now the route to perform Rajsuya Yajna by Yudhisthira was clear, and then Arjun, Bhim, Nakul and Sahadev conquered the king all over the universe and brought a huge money and gems to Indraprastha, the capital of King Yudhisthira. Then Yudhisthira told them to invite all the king on the Rajsuya sacrifice. When the Rajsuya sacrifice was to start and all the kings were assembled, Lord Sri Krishna was worshipped as headman of the sacrifice by Yudhisthira. None but Shishupal opposed this, and while opposing, he crossed the limit provided by Lord Krishna for his safeguard, that is, 100 abusement. He crossed this limit, and then Lord Sri Krishna killed him. Thereafter, no king dared to oppose the Rajsu sacrifice being performed by Yudhisthir under the headmanship of Lord Sri Krishna. The Rajsu sacrifice was performed by the great saints like Dhomya, Vyas, etc., who rightfully completed this Rajsu sacrifice. And on the completion of Rajsu sacrifice, the kings took permission of Yudhisthir and went to their homeland. Sri Krishna also took permission of Yudhisthir and went to Dwarkapuri along with his brother Balram. And at last, Vyasdev also appeared before Yudhisthir and told him that now he wants to go to the palace of his finance, respecting and giving honor to Vyasdev. Yudhisthir told his brother Nakul and Sahadev to let him reach to his place of finance. But before Vyasdev could leave Indraprastha, Yudhisthir asked Vyasdev that a thought is appearing into his mind that if there will be any harm of Shishupal's death during the Rajsu Yajna, as it is said that this perplexed by 13 years. Then Vyasdev thought upon a time and said that my prophecy says that nothing harm is going to be happen with the death of Shishupal, the mighty king, because he was committing mistake after mistake, and it was Lord Sri Krishna who killed him, provided him salvation. So his death will not have any kind of bad effect. But my prophecy, see another thing, that you will be the root cause of destruction of not only a member of your family, but many of the mighty king. Telling this, Lord Vyasdev went to the place of his penance along with Nakul and Sahadev. And meanwhile, a thought again appeared into the mind of Yudhisthir that if there will be so much incarnation and he will be the root cause of that, so why not he immolate? Why not he commit suicide to safeguard the member of his family and the mighty king? When once all the five brothers came together, Yudhisthir said that this type of thought is coming into his mind and he is thinking to do so. Then Arjun retorted, saying that this kind of thought will turn out your prudent, because this is a weak thought, this is a bad thought. Nevertheless, you order me what we all want our brothers to do for you, and do as you wishes. Then the king Yudhisthira again thought over this issue, and a new idea flashed into his mind after the retortion by Arjun that if he starts talking sweet to everyone and not use harsh words, which can cause to a clash and warlike situation, then his coming society is not necessary. He can live and avoid the situations of killing of his relatives and mighty kings. So he told all his brothers that in this condition he can survive and then coming society is not needed. Thus, this bad thought that appeared once in to the mind of the religious king Yudhisthir was over. Thank you for staying by the end of this video.